Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask Patrick, Sebastian, and Dennis Wicker. The 2016 Supreme Court election was the most expensive judicial race in the country. And there's evidence this year's Supreme Court contest may attract even more money. Why are so many people willing to contribute large sums of money in these judicial elections? And does it indicate that our judiciary has indeed become hyper-partisan? Patrick?
Well, I should mention one reason why it is so expensive is because we actually have judicial elections here in many states, such as New Jersey, for instance, which is in the highest, it's in the Philadelphia, New York market, the most expensive media markets in the country. They have appointed justices, so there's no need to spend money there. But, you know, I think it's going to be partisan this year, that's for sure. Anita Earls is, in my view, really kind of out of the mainstream for a politician or a judge, that is. And I don't know if it could get much worse than it is nationally, but it could be coming here to North Carolina, I'm afraid.
Dennis, why so much money to these judicial elections?
Well, because the courts actually decide cases that are in the interest of business and in the interest of consumers and in the interest of
Special interest groups.
Special interest groups. So obviously it's going to attract money to have judges sitting there that they think, a certain philosophy. But I will tell you that the judges in North Carolina historically, and my observation has been, don't have a political bent or don't have favorite special interest groups. They listen to the evidence and they garner the facts, they apply the law, and they come up with what they think is a just and fair result. I have to say that about our judiciary, and I'm worried about these proposals that are coming down, the expensive races that we're having now in the judiciary, because that's going to allow the creeping in of special interest money.
Patrick, the Supreme Court, the High Court, which is where this big money is going to be coming, already has a plurality of Democrats over Republicans. Barbara Jackson is a Republican. If she loses this, do we think that this is going to make a difference so far as rulings in the future, highly partisan rulings in the future?
I think so, because I think Anita Earls is quite left of center, and I'm afraid if she wins, she's going to pull the court quite a bit more left. I don't know if I want to say we're a centrist. It's kind of hard to really tell, honestly, if it's really big political ideology, like you kind of mentioned before. But they're going to have so much more power in the legislature, and by the way, that's going to help. That's going to help the Democrats all around the state, including Governor Cooper, when he sues the state legislature.
You just finished saying, Dennis, that in your experience, we have not had decisions coming from our highest court that were that partisan.
Yeah, I understand where Patrick is coming from, and I understand his argument. I will say that I still believe that once they're elected, they leave their partisan philosophical hat at the door and they judge these cases based on what the facts are, what the law is, and they come out with a result that they think is justice. And that's what I think we ought to keep in mind. And when we do these partisan races, and I think this is Patrick's point, the kind of money that we're seeing in them, it scares you.
Final question. If we didn't have the party affiliation listed beside the name, would it take some of the money out of it? Would it make these decisions perhaps less partisan?
I don't think so, because there was money in it in 2012 too.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think the money part could still be there, but I don't think we would have all this hyperbole about, you know, their philosophy and their partisanship, and that's the kind of thing that I think could creep into the judiciary and cause a lot of problems in terms of administering justice.
It's certainly going to be an interesting race to watch this year. Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.